Hello again, whiskey friends, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So excited to be hanging out with everybody on this Whiskey Wednesday. Always a fun Wednesday right before the Thanksgiving holiday. And as you can see in the banner below, we are going to have some fun tonight with the giveaways and a lot of turkey theming going on. So thank you for joining today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. Now, our special guest today, David, wasn't able to make it at the last minute here. So we will get David back on the channel as soon as we can, get him another Whiskey Wednesday to hang out. Luckily for us, there's always more Whiskey Wednesdays. So the agenda for today will be a little twofold. We got a blind flight to do towards the end, but what we're going to kick off the show with is our Advent Challenge. We had 17 patrons sign up for this Advent Challenge, which is a blind whiskey tasting challenge. Kelsey and Darrell have those samples as well. I have everybody's answers on this, and I can't wait until we get to go through Kelsey and Darrell's thoughts. So Kelsey, starting with you, why don't you say hi to everybody, but then also let us know what you thought of the week one Advent pour.
There we go. Sorry. I had to highlight that because it was the funniest thing I've read in a while. He's showing his chest hair. Does he think he's Dusty Dan? He needs a gold chain to be Dusty.
My V-necks are just getting lower and lower here, JG. I was rocking one yesterday with Marty. I was like, how can I outdo myself? And I'm just going down even deeper.
No, man, I loved it. It's not, I told you before, I sent in my answers, and like immediately when I went back to it, I was like, dang, I screwed up. It's not anything what I just put down as my answers, so we'll see. But it's a great pour. Even going back to it tonight, I think it's even better than it was the night before. So,
all right. Well, we'll get into that just shortly. Go through our thoughts before I do the reveal and show the leaderboard. It's going to be exciting to unveil the week one leaderboard.
Yep.
So, Darrell, why don't you say hi to everybody and let us know what you thought of this pour?
What is going on, everybody? Another Whiskey Wednesday. This pour, man. When did I drink it? Yesterday or the day before? Like, I had some immediate thoughts and I kind of rode with it. I didn't sway. So I was telling Jeff I either did extremely, extremely well or very, very, very bad. Like, there's probably no real in between because I was like so locked in on a certain bottle. So we shall see. Nonetheless, it was a good pour. Like, I did enjoy it.
It's good to trust your gut and go with your gut. That's always been my thing, except when it's wrong.
You know, when it's right, you hit big, and sometimes in a series like this, you just need to hit big one week, right? Yeah. Well, why don't we say hi to everybody? We got 46 people in the chat thus far. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right. Norseman has already decorated his house with the tree and everything. Cheers, Jason. He's making his turkey. EJ, cheers to you, buddy. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Our good friend Top Dog, cheers, buddy. I think you're going to really be into tonight's giveaway, John. I got some fun stuff that I'm going to show you in a minute for a giveaway tonight. Doug H., our Louisianan, cheers to you, buddy. Tell Fred we said hello. Marty Party is in here. If you guys missed the stream last night, you missed some interesting conversation. I'll just say that. It was a lot of fun last night watching you two go on your stream talking back and forth. Mark B., cheers to you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I know Stacy is having a happy turkey day, but she's also sad about the Waterford. Did you guys see that they're closing down Waterford?
No, I didn't.
Watershed or Waterford or
Waterford, like the
I got you.
Whiskey.
The Irish. Yeah, that makes sense with Stacy. Duh.
Yeah.
I went to the Columbus route rather than the Irish route.
Cheers, Jake. Good to see you, buddy. Jason,
Cheers.
good to see you in here. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. JG always has something fun to say, but it would love the chest hair comment, by the way. That was awesome. Joe, the sample guy, is in here as well. Wouldn't be Thanksgiving without Stu in here to make his comments known. I'm sure he will be having some fun times making some sweet potato pies. Let's see. Christine Vasco is in here. Cheers to you. And Marty, thanks for kicking things off.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, buddy. We got you in for one. Uncorked is in here as well. Cheers to you. Good to see you in here. The other Vasco, Mark. Cheers to you, buddy. And Sugar Kitty and Cheech. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Let's see. Connoisseur Cigar, Eric, is in the house. Cheers to you, Eric. Good to have you in here. Ricardo, cheers to you, buddy. Good to see you in here. Tommy, Mother D is in the house. Cheers to you. Let's see who else we got. Joey B is in here. Dennis, cheers to you, man. Off work tonight for the holiday, so I'm excited. I get to catch a live and Whiskey Friends. Absolutely. And you're not going to want to miss Blendageddon after this as well, because Jeff is in there tonight. So you guys go and root him on. Douglas Papa is in the house. Cheers to you. Ben Drammond is here. J.A. Sells, our boy from Boston.
Here, I'll just solve that right here. Let's just get a little deeper into this.
There you go. Oh, geez. Dana, the best whack of all, is in the house. Cheers, Dana. I'm sure you guys are getting excited about eating some turkey with family.
I still got sample here if you want some week one.
Tyler Smith, who nailed this last year, is in the house defending his title. Let's see how he does this year. Ryan is here. Thank you so much, Ryan, for getting us this JT Mellick and making sure we had it. Cheers to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Tony, Bag of Donuts, is in the house.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, cheers, Tony. Happy Wednesday to you, Whiskey Wednesday.
New whiskey friend Tony, too, officially joined the Patreon. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, very much appreciate that. Let's see. Prescription bourbon. I poured my sample into some eggnog. Hey, that sounds like Jeff. Jeff. Except Jeff's would be like yogurt, so you might not want to do that if it's a Jeff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Top Dog. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody and their families. Cheers. Cheers to you, buddy. Thank you so much. I think we got Ryan in a while ago, right? Yes.
Yep.
And Tyler's in for $4.99. So every $5 will get you entered. And just so that John knows what he's hopefully going to win, we're doing some more Dusty Turkey this time. So this is a 12-year, 1996 split label, a French release Dusty Turkey, which I opened on Monday, a rare breed from 1994. And let's see, this Tyrone G party source pick that Jeff politely grabbed for me. And finally, the next, that'll be one flight. And then this is going to be an extra one. So the new Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. I promised everybody that I would do a sample giveaway of that. So that's a lot of pours just for me. Jeff's going to do some as well. Jeff, why don't you tell him what you're doing?
So I did give up on the Master Keep series this year, so I did not buy the 10-year rye. But before that, I had the 8 prior releases. They are still sitting on my shelf. They need some attention. So I will be giving away a flight of all 8 of the Master Keeps that I have. Decades, Revival, all of them. The 17-year, both 17 years. So you got some good whiskeys in that flight, especially if you haven't had the opportunity to try that whole series.
8 1 ounce samples. So of just that. Darrell, what you got?
I got a couple single barrels that I'm throwing in, as well as a couple Master's Keeps myself.
Awesome.
All right.
I can answer Tyler's question here, though. What are y'all's Thanksgiving must-have dish?
Ooh.
For me, man, I'm a turkey guy. Turkey and stuffing. I have to have it. I don't think there's I can't do Thanksgiving and not even have a turkey. I have to. I can kind of skimp out on a couple other things, but that's a must-have for me.
Awesome. Yeah, and for me, it's sweet potato casserole. My mom makes a sweet potato casserole that has like pecans on top, and it's like dessert while you're eating turkey. It's so good.
Nice.
That is mine as well. I need to make that tomorrow. Actually, I've got these like massive sweet potatoes. They were on sale for like $1/4 a pound at Kroger, so I got a lot of sweet potatoes. But I do the half and half. I'll do half of it with marshmallow and half of it with the pecans, and then I scoop right from the middle. Get a little bit of both.
So you're the jerk that does that. You're the brownie person too, I bet, that cuts the middle out of the brownies. I know that's you.
I do like the edges of the brownie pan, though. I don't know. I like that. Now, the middle of the pizza, though, that I'm stealing first. You can have the edges.
Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat right there. All right.
We'll also have 2 bonus giveaways, too, everybody. So there's actually going to be 5 winners. Do I got that right, Kelsey?
Yes, that's right.
Did you say your second one?
Yep, I did.
Okay. So then I'll put in another one, which will feature what we're going to go over on the first part of today's live. But I still have 1 sample remaining of the week 1 pour that we are about to talk about and unveil. So you'll get to see how we describe this and then get to make your own opinion. And if you happen to win it and you have this already, then you got more to share.
Awesome. EJ says, 1 to start with, remember to put me down as Mark EJ, so I have a better chance of winning.
Nice.
Chuck D is in for as well for 4. Cheers and happy Thanksgiving Eve, Chuck. Thanks so much, man.
Cheers, Chuck. Thank you, buddy.
Top Dog's in for another 2 as well.
Another 2 for Top Dog. Oh, yeah.
Like he needs the turkey.
And
Mark B, there he is.
The luckiest man alive is in for 5. I didn't even know that rhymed. How about that?
5. Good luck, everybody, on that. Thank you so much already.
Color on this sample.
Excited to.
Compared to the blind, like, the color's like night and day. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but this is
color's tough. So why don't you guys walk through this here? Walk me through your thoughts. Since we already have everyone's scores recorded, you can talk freely and we can kind of speed things up compared to last year.
So I went in last night and I was trying to multitask and watch and listen to one stream and then watch a TV show at the same time and then do this at the same time. So I probably was a little bit distracted, or I'm just making up excuses for why I did so poorly. But I drank this and I was like, this is MGP, this is blah, blah, blah. And then I sent in all of my answers, and then 5 minutes later went back to it, and I was like, "Oh crap! I just screwed up. This is not NGP. It's a Kentucky bourbon, and I put it in. I think it's ECBP or something along Heaven Hill. That's barrel proof. So
I can see where you're going with that, Kelsey. Like going back into it now, like it does kind of remind me of that. But on the tail end of the palate, there's a note that's like fruity, kind of like dark berry, which I've never ever gotten
from. Yeah,
I've never got that on like Heaven Hill. Well, ECBP. I've got it on some Heaven Hill products, but like when I tasted, like, and I was telling Jeff earlier, I had a control pour of Russell's. Then I took a sip without like rinsing. And this immediately made me think of a Jack Daniel's single barrel rye pick that I have. I don't know what the note was, but it was a note that was very, very similar. And towards the end of that sample, I actually poured one of mine, and it tasted very similar. Like I said, I could be way off, but it's one note that was very similar. And like this, going back to it now, it doesn't really taste like a rye, but it's a certain note that I can't really like say what it is, that just reminds me of the Jack Rye. And like I was telling you guys, I went all in on that. So like I said, I either did really good or really bad on it. Maybe the proof saved me because, you know, it wasn't like a distillery guess or anything like that. But
yeah, Mark, this one changed on me. And then Jeff gets on before the show and was like, this is kind of a chameleon. And this is what I'm like, you jerk.
Now, I will say with all of these, technically they're all neck pours, right? Like none of the bottles got a chance to open up because I opened them up and then I turned them into, 12 sample bottles apiece immediately. So keep that in mind with strategy wise going in future weeks. Probably behooves you to let it air out a little bit. See if it opens up before you start guessing. Man, I'm really uncomfortable with this neck. I'm gonna get a bit more modest here.
He doesn't show that much chest hair except to Dana. So Tony, please join us tonight on Women of Whiskey's Friendsgiving to raise money for Whiskey Tube legend EMC so we can get her a proper chair. Let's blow the expectations out of the water like we always do. Yeah, make sure you guys catch that tonight. I believe they're on after Jason, right?
Yeah,
they're on after Jason, 11 o'clock Eastern. I think. Or do they start? They might be. I don't think they're starting early. Somebody let us know in chat, but I feel like they'll go on after Jason.
Yeah, it should be 11. I made that mistake. Drinking this now, man. This tastes like a finished bourbon, like a wine finished bourbon. It's too much berry.
Yeah.
For that fundraiser, real quick, guys. For that fundraiser, did put in a bottle of the Backbone Sticky Icky. So we are donating that to the fundraiser. So if you never got a chance to get that bottle, you got a chance tonight.
Yep.
Nice. Oh man, I think I did really bad on this advent.
Me too, girl. Me too, buddy.
Oh God, proof is going to be the only thing that saves me a bit. Maybe age. It's definitely not probably the distillery. Oh, Lord.
No.
I think you both gave this 8s.
Yeah.
I think you guys both rated this 8 out of 10 or close to it there. What do you think now that's opened up? Like, what are you experiencing now?
I think it's still in that range. Like, for me, if I was to grade this, like how we normally do, I don't think it would have been in the 90 range, but I think it definitely would have been somewhere in the 80s, like probably 85 to 87 range. I think like it's really good.
I wouldn't give it that high. I would say maybe 82 to 83.
I like the berry. I like the finish. Like the finish would get high scores because I think it just carries and lingers. Mid and back of the palate's nice. Like I think mid 80s for me. Maybe not as high as 87, but I don't think it would score into 85 for me.
There's something weird on the finish on this one tonight for me.
It's probably that singular note that makes me think of the Jack Rye that I had because it's a very similar note, but
it's a slight drying and almost like a chemical type of finish to it. I don't know how to describe it, but there's something right on the tail end of the finish.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't put my finger on to describe it better, but it's on the finish. It's a little bit drying, and then it turns to like a chemical type of finish on the end of it. So
Stu's asking about banana. I got banana on the nose, not so much on the palate, and I think Mark Vasco said bananas as well.
Well, let's just get into it here. We're slowly tiptoeing around things. Oh, Doug.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, buddy. I just wanted to go back to it and say thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do that. So thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you so much, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Man.
All right.
Let it be a rye.
Presentation here.
So I can at least stand a chance.
So I know I said 16 last week, and then I confused myself when I had 19 entries today. We have 17 competitors. So here are the list of names on there. You'll see them all in chat. Hope everyone is excited for this unveiling and sipping along with the remains of their sample as we do this. But you can hear the things that are being thrown out in chat. A lot of banana nut bread. Oh, man, I wonder if you're getting close or not. I don't know. But what we had everybody do was fill out a Google form in advance where they got to guess the proof, age, type, if it's finished, the state, the distillery, and the bottle. And we use the same scoring system that we do when we have the team challenges here on the channel so that all 17 of our competitors can play along and they can see how they're doing against Kelsey and Darrell at the same time, who also don't know what these pours are going to be week after week. And we're going to do this for 4 weeks, this being week 1. So let's get into this.
Oh, God.
Week 1 of the challenge. First on proof. Had a bit of a range here, but for the most part, people were gravitating towards it being a 120 plus proof. Kelsey was right there with 123. Durrell was a little higher at 133. Congratulations to Durrell. Nailed it dead on.
That's the only thing that saved me.
Runner up in this category, who was the closest amongst the competitors too, was OH at 130.
Was that the actual proof 133?
133 and change. I mean, I just gave you the first 3 digits rather than rounding up.
Wow. Oh, man.
Wow.
Then on the age guess, Kelsey, Durrell, you're both at 8 years.
8.
And generally speaking, everybody else was hitting upon that as well. Everyone thinking that it was essentially in this 7 to 9 year range. Now, I must say, I'm cheating a little bit. I asked the person that had a hand in picking this what age it was because it's not on the bottle. I was told 6 years, so I am going with it.
Okay.
Wise Guy Stu is the only person who hit 6 years dead on.
Nice.
Congratulations, Stu.
Man. Oh, God. I'm in the minority for sure.
Durrell is one of the 3.
Hey, dude, you could be one of the 3 people that got it right, dude.
Dude, but I could tell you there's no ECBP that's 6 years old.
No,
So it can't be that.
Correct answer in the bottom right-hand corner. This is a bourbon. Or at least I'm going to call it a bourbon.
Oh, wait. Is it a freaking Jack single barrel bourbon?
And most people said not finished.
Oh, God.
That is where Kelsey and Durrell were as well.
It could be a Jack bourbon. Oh, it is a...
Then when it came to state, even though Durrell was all in on the wrong bottle, he is getting some right answers along the way.
this thing is rigged.
Was the correct answer.
Rigged.
Now,
is it really?
I can say it now. I think everyone's reading the tea leaves of where this is going. The thing that attracted me to this particular bottle was recently I did have an experience with Old Forester, particularly at 100 proof that Jason just came out with. And I was like, this reminds me more of Jack than it does Old Forester. And then I proofed down a barrel strength Old Forester, and I was like, that really tastes like Jack too, as I proof it down. It was kind of throwing me off. And then I found what we had in our hands, and I think it does have that aftertaste a little bit, Kelsey. See if this resonates with you on the finish, but of that, you know, the temperature controlled rick house and how that kind of forces things, right?
Yep. Well,
when it came to then the ratings, Kelsey, you had this one as a 7. Durrell had as an 8. That's where most people put it. And then some people had it as even 9s and 10s. Particularly Todd Ritter was gushing over this one.
Interesting. Did you see his comment that you spelled his name wrong, by the way?
Who?
Todd.
I spelled Todd's name wrong? I'll go back and fix that.
Oh, shit.
So here are some of the distillery guesses that were going down the list here. I guess I made an executive decision on whether to count
Brown-Forman as one.
Brown-Forman. And I ended up leaning into it. So if you said Jack or Brown-Forman, I let you have it. So congrats to the Vascos, the Papa, Durrell, and OH.
After being so specific about what bottle it is, you went that broad with the distillery? Come on, Jeff.
Are you really hedging your bet? Are you going for it? I don't know. It's a tough one. Would I do the same for Old Forester? Maybe.
Oh, man. So I just got the wrong bottle.
Yeah.
Single barrel bourbon or single barrel Tennessee whiskey instead of single barrel rye.
You were very specific, all in on that rye.
Yeah.
Well, and that did cost you, but it did not cost OH and it did not cost the Vascos.
Man,
Freaking Christine kicking my ass again. I should have said just a Jack Daniel's single barrel. That's what I almost did, but I wanted to be specific. But I honestly did
par for the course.
Rye though. But yeah, it's that note. I don't know what the note is, but it reminded me of
prescription bourbon.
It reminded me of the pick that we grabbed
Thank
in
you.
Indiana.
You're proving my point.
Jack is not Brown-Forman Distillery. I
He's
don't
saying
know.
that Brown-Forman is not a distillery. He's saying
I don't think
Brown-Forman
the
is a
people that
company.
said it were hedging their bet. So I kind of
Yeah.
gave them the benefit of the doubt across answers.
I see.
All right.
See.
So then unveiling at the end where we stand after week 1.
Dang, OH.
So OH and the Vascos really
is that
dominated.
Combined? Or wait, do they have just, is it them?
Each one of them has 15 points.
They just have one sample.
15?
No, they just have one. They're just got one sample. They're just doing it together.
Okay. I was like, damn, they both crushed it.
They're colluding. No.
2 heads are better than 1 on that one. And Darrell, I have to say, you were the luckiest man alive to get that many points with the wrong bottle.
Just the wrong
bottle. You didn't get the type right. You're lucky that you got the state right.
Well, it reminded me of that. And I guess it's a Jack note. I don't know what the note is, but I picked it up as soon as I
understand what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Nice. That's not too bad. I'm not too far behind. What was the most points we could have got? Do you know?
The most points somebody can get, I think, is 16, 17. It's right around there. So.
The only thing I didn't get the bottle guess and I didn't get the type, but I got everything else.
I knew it was going to be a controversy.
Thank you, Prescription Bourbon, for having my back. Yes, he did, Adam. He definitely played it safe.
Not really. I was all in. I didn't.
He was all in
at all. Literally everything was Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye.
I just gotta give him crap because his football team's kicking mine rear end in this year.
They are playing well.
We actually won a game. We just haven't won at home.
18 max. Mark is confirming
18?
here.
Okay.
Now, I will say, if you didn't see your name on the leaderboard there, actually, let me pull that back up because I just said the top 2, but Doug Papa's right there, Wise Guy, Tyler. Keep in mind last year, people had hot hands early that then the last 2 samples threw them off. There were people that came right back. Tyler was pretty consistent week after week in kind of that 10 to 12 point range, which is what kept him up in the end. But never count yourself out. There are 3 pours left.
Top Dog's asking if you can show the rest. Do you have everybody else's scores or no?
I have everyone's scores. I can put the sheet up on Patreon so everyone can see exactly where they fall.
You know what's weird about that is it was my first whiskey of the night and I just thought it was being hot, because I hadn't drank anything all day. Mm-hmm. And so I was my original first thought was 131, and I should have gone with it because it doesn't drink that 133 to me. After the first sip, once you're after the first sip, it does not drink 130 something to me.
Yeah, so. I can agree. The only reason I thought it was that high, the Russell's was 110 that I was using as that control pour, and when I put that in, I was like, oh, yep, that lit me up. So I was thinking I was in between 133, 134. I honestly thought it was the bottle that we got in Indiana, that rye, because it reminded me.
Yeah,
freaking. And everybody's saying banana nut now in the chat too,
yep.
But it reminded me of that same vibe. And maybe that's the note that I'm thinking. And I just couldn't distinguish freaking rye off of off of whiskey or bourbon. I guess it's bourbon, but shit.
I actually had that rye in the blind for Marty last night. I had the rye that we got from that trip.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a good bottle. We ready to dive into this blind?
Congrats to everybody who got in there. Before we get into that blind, let's do one more announcement. Pour those out if you haven't, guys. We've got just a mini blind of 3 samples to go through. I've got another agenda, and no guessing. You don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you guys will do it anyway. But just want to hear rankings so we can talk through them. But it's really to figure out what you like more. But before we get into that, want to bring it up. We can bring it up at the end too, but we do have our next barrel pick going on sale this Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and it is the Huling Station, the second in the series of our 2024 Turkapalooza bottles. This thing is a killer. 8-year, 111 proof MGP. Get the sweet oak. It's a berry bomb, which isn't something that I think I've ever said about an MGP. Still got the classic honey there, a little bit of the ginger snap cookie, getting that note from Todd Ritter, and now I can't get it out of my head. But I absolutely adore this bottle, and I swear I'm not the one that had all that, because my preview bottle is like demolished.
Todd, he said it. I don't know if you were on here, but the age was determined by the person who picked the barrel of the JD. So that's how we got age off of it.
This is it's a damn good pick, man. I really like this.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a lot of their barrel proof whiskeys outside of the Rise. I had way more Rise than I've had the regular stuff.
Agreed. I only had two. The one from Jason, the two from Jason, and then one other one that I had that was just store. So,
yeah. And totally different profile than either of the ones I got open from Jason's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't even. Once again, it reminds me more of an Old Forester than it does a Jack Daniel's.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
All right. Well,
yeah, it's really
barrel picks out of the way. Maybe we'll get a little sample of that later. But let's get into this blind here. Once again, this is just a classic blind. Interested to hear your guys' thoughts and the rankings on this.
Okay. Guys, also, it's 31 minutes in. If you guys haven't got in on the super chats, make sure you do that. Lots of turkey, lots of turkey, lots of turkey. JD Coy Hill, Master's Keep, as well as one of the samples from tonight that we're drinking, which is the JD that we just talked about as well. So, all right.
Yeah, tons of turkey, dusty turkey, new turkey.
Cheers, fellas.
Old turkey. Cheers. I got my A glass ready. Thank you, John.
Woo, that's way different than what we were drinking.
Yeah, it is. That came across surprising to me, and I know what it is.
Yeah.
That came across like Luden's cherry cough drop to me, like right off the bat. Like
right off the rip. Incredibly so.
That's crazy.
It's way brighter than that Jack, huh? Holy crap. You go back to the Jack and it's just like rich, deep oak versus this. Like, not saying this is young, but it's just so much brighter. I get like a Now and Later vibe.
Ooh, that's a good call out. Yeah. For those young pups that don't know what Now and Laters are.
Cherry Now and Later. A cherry Now and Later. Lick the paper when it's a little white from the I don't know, the ash to the candy.
What's up, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
What's up, buddy? See you in a couple weeks,
buddy.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this smells good.
All right.
It's up my alley with the fruitiness.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Way better on the palate than the nose, to me. I'm thanking God that it's not like it was on the nose because that was way too much cherry Luden's cough drop for me on the nose.
I can't believe how cherry forward that was. Gosh.
I think it was because of what we were drinking before, to be honest, because now it's kind of calmed down.
Calmed down a little bit.
Had this. I don't think I've ever had this. It's I gotta take another sip.
I like the mouthfeel on this.
Okay.
It's coating, but it's not like rich and dense. It's just got a kind of velvety mouthfeel to it compared to what we were drinking before. Rye spice comes in last on the back edges of my tongue. Proof point, I'm thinking, is probably around 105 to 107, something like that. What are you thinking, D?
I think it's probably somewhere in that vicinity. There's something on it that makes me think it's old. Like the nose came across slightly young or slightly youthful because of like the maybe bright citrus note, but the more I smell it, the more it comes across as like something high age, but maybe proof down slightly.
To me, I agree with you because it's got a longer oak finish that's lingering on the back part of the finish.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not drying like this one was on the finish, but it's still present that oak presence is still there.
Poor
I'm going to say 12, 13. Maybe on
I even think it may be higher than that. Like this reminds me of like some like 15-year-old stuff.
It reminds me a little bit of Knob Creek profile to me.
Interesting.
Just a little bit.
So let's go through the rest of them, come back to this one, because I do wonder how much the Jack is just jacking us up.
Yeah.
Because, wow, that was a totally different experience than I was expecting. And I'm on the same page with everything you guys are
That
saying.
just goes to prove to everybody out there that if you're not doing blinds on a regular basis, what order you put stuff in affects the next thing.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever drink this again without drinking this Jack Daniels first. All right.
Oh,
Let's get into B here.
that's a polar opposite.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think what that note is on the nose.
So what do you mean by polar opposite?
This is more like darker and like banana forward for me.
I don't get banana.
It's like a banana. What is it? Banana pie or banana pudding with like the little vanilla wafers. Oh man, that's interesting.
Maybe a banana now and later, since we're just going to keep making people like Tyler think about now and laters. All right, keep plugging it with links tonight. We'll be sure to talk about that at the end of the show too. And then I'm hoping to jump on tonight too. I got the link from Michelle.
This one comes across more perfumey to me, like not a little bit of floralness to it, but just on the nose.
I like that. I like that more than the first one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to go back and forth.
I do not like this one.
You don't like that one?
Mm-mm.
What hits you the wrong way then, Kelsey?
I think it's the floral and the way the mid palate comes across. It's almost bitter rye spice, I guess is the best way to describe it to me. It's hitting my palate as a little bit bitter and rye at the same time. And then the floral just turns me off. I don't.
Do you get floral on the palate or just the nose?
A little bit on the palate, but on the nose, but more on the palate.
Okay. So I'm the opposite. I get it all over the nose, which I don't mind, and I don't really get much of it on the palate. I do get that bitterness that you were talking about, though.
I get it. I get the floralness that he's talking about on the palate. It's actually, I get it even more intense on the finish. I got this like simultaneous drying going on in the back of my throat, but then mid palate, the floral notes hitting at the exact same time.
Yeah. And I think that's where the rye spice is hitting me as well. That's why I kind of put those two together. So, Matt, thank you so much, man.
Matt is in. Cheers, Matt T.
I think that's why I don't like it. It's too, I don't know. I don't want Brent to hear this, not even listens to this, but it reminds me too much of Four Roses. I just don't. I'm not digging
I dig it.
Which makes sense because you like Four Roses a lot.
I do. That's good.
Volsky Outdoors, we're doing a blind, so we don't know which one we're talking about, what brand. We're just doing a blind right now.
I put together this blind, and I've got a little bit of an agenda, so that's why I'm poking at them with some specific questions as we go, too.
Should we go on to 3?
Let's go on to 3, and then we can do little side-by-side, see if you guys even have a contention here. But I'm going to be interested in at the end what you like, and then maybe an understanding of which one you think is the more expensive one.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, C is my favorite. It's way better than B or A.
So you got that right off the nose. What's triggering you there?
The nose and the palate together match. Like A's nose did not match the palate. B's kind of matched the palate, but it was off-putting to me. And then C, the nose and the palate match, and it's enjoyable.
What are you thinking on C, Darrell? You seem a bit more skeptical.
I'm still thinking B is better for me. I like how B
Oh,
hits and transitions across the palate with the finish, and it just lingers and just sits there nice for me. Like, I don't mind the floralness. You know, I know you're not like a Four Roses. I don't know if that's Four Roses or not, but it's good. I like that one. This, I just took one sip, but I did have some water prior, so I want to take another one to see if it changes a bit.
The
But
cinnamon on
I like
C, the cinnamon on C, and also the mouthfeel on C, I really like. I like the mouthfeel a lot because it was very velvety, which I kind of get more so on C. But I think C actually has a little bit more viscous quality to it than A did even. But I like how it's a smooth transition where I felt the other two were a little herky-jerky as you go through the experience. This one is kind of a more smooth and gradual rise and fall.
I think C's more balanced than the other two, but I like the experience on the mouth with B versus C. Like, I would go BCA for my
Mine would be CAB.
CAB.
All right. So C. Say that again, Kelsey.
CAB.
CAB, and then Darrell, you are
BCA.
BCA. So, what do you think is the most expensive pour of the flight, and what do you think is the cheapest pour of the flight?
I think A is the most expensive, and I think B is the cheapest.
Okay.
I'm going to agree with that. Cheers, Jerry Black. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
Happy Turkey Day.
A is some like Hyper Age something. I think it's like 15-year something Kentucky bourbon.
Have you gone back to A?
No, I haven't. But that, like, you're probably asking.
A little bit more
probably 4 years old instead of 50.
Tastes a little more like I was expecting now than it was off the rip, though. That oak is hanging around, man. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
So the reason I wanted to do this flight, so all three of these bottles were released this year by the same distillery.
Okay.
And the price on these drove me crazy. So the most expensive one of all these is around $70. Maybe you can get it as low as $65. So not talking about anything crazy. The mid one you can find sometimes on sale in my area, either between $50 to $60. And then the C, the one that we'll talk about, is going to be the cheapest one. So that one is about $40 to $45. So I never quite understood the $25, $35 gap in this vertical. And it's a very popular vertical that came out this year in some ways.
Which one was the most expensive?
A is the most expensive. So you guys got that. And that oak is really coming through. So that ended up being a good marker on that. You said Knob Creek, Kelsey, was your beam going off through all three or just one of them?
Especially A and C, to me, were more of that profile. Now, I liked C way better than A, but I don't know how much of that was the Jack influencing what I was tasting, because I went back to it and it got a little bit more vanilla forward on it. But it's even more beam profile now on the nose than it was when we first tasted it. So
average rankings between you two, the order would be C is number 1, B is number 2, and A is last place. Mm-hmm. So let's start with A.
Okay.
So A is the 10-year, 100 proof Knob Creek Rye.
Okay. Yeah, I remember thinking that was okay. I think you sent me that along with the new riff that they did, and I liked I think it was an 8-year new riff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I liked that more than I'd like that Knob Creek 10-year.
Which is interesting. I haven't had like a Knob Creek or a Jim Beam Rye in a long time. That is more pleasant than I remember Jim Beam Rye being. But still, just there was something about the way the finish came off on that really just the bitter part of the dryiness really turned me off.
So I don't know if I would have thought rye.
I definitely would not have. I would have guessed bourbon.
Well, did you think
100%.
B was a rye?
I don't think any of them made me think rye.
So this
I can
one
go back to that.
is
That's
a
single
close
barrel.
to 8-year single barrel pick of the rye. So one of the things I wanted to see was this was on sale for $52 versus $70 paying up for the lower proof 10-year. What's better, the proof, the age? Which one's going to sway us here? I love that you put C in first place, and I would agree with that one. My favorite of these three was C. I think C is the most balanced. You use that word, Darrell.
Yep.
I like B. What is? I did think C was more balanced though.
That's
And
the
B,
blue rye. Yeah.
B is the Boo Rye Shelfer, man. Like,
That's way better than either one of those.
I think this is a bottle people slept on this one a little bit in 2024. People that drank it are in the know. I think it's like, if you know kind of a bottle. But this thing
Actually,
is
if that's
really,
still
really
around
good.
here, I wouldn't mind picking up one of those, Jeff, if you can grab another one.
Yeah.
If you're still around here, grab one for
And
me.
I saw them on sale for $39.99. I think they came out around more like $45, and now I've been seeing 10% off.
Yeah, that's to me like it's a more balanced whiskey. It's a more to be honest, it's more complex, obviously, with the two different mash bills going on. But it's not. I don't know. The other two are so spiky, like as far as the palate experience for me. I do not think the proof helps B at all. Actually, I think it hurts it. I think if it was proofed down a little bit more, it might be better than A was. But that's just my profile. I do not like Beam a lot at all. But I will say that the C, the Boo Rye, was really good.
So let us know in chat if you've had this one yet. Mark is chiming in that he likes this one. What this is 30% of a 9-year bourbon blended with 70% of a 7-year rye. So you're ending up right around 8 years, kind of average for the blend. But I do get a bit of oak on it too on that last sip I had. But I think this is one of the best values that came out this year as a standard release, probably right next to the Green River Foolproof. When I start thinking of that type of a category, this sits there right with me.
How much is that one, Jeff?
So looks like there's some discrepancy in prices. Mark says it's 55 near him. I can get it at Party Source for 46, and then someone's got it on sale by me for 39. So
okay, wow.
Hey,
it's good.
Go get the $39 one for me, Jeff.
Okay, I'll go find it. But I wanted people to see that, though, especially to go through this.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I know I was disappointed in the 10 when it first came out. I think I gave it like an 81, something around there.
Well, I think that's the first year age statement that they've done, right? On rye. Is that the first?
I think the other one's 7 years, just like what it is in the Boo Rye.
Okay.
I think it is. I think there's a 7-year age statement.
I know that they just came back within the last few years, though, right? As far as the age statement on them.
I don't remember if they took the age statement off the ryes like they did the bourbons, but it was always a little lower.
Yeah.
But man, that cherry note we got off the rip of the 10-year,
that was crazy strong.
That was really strong. It's crazy how that OHLQ for 50. See, so we got prices all on the board there.
Oh my gosh.
Cheapest.
This Advent JD now. If you have any left, go back and smell it. It's like syrup sweet on the nose right now.
Yeah, it gets better and better. You get more of the banana.
That's weird though.
Too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like that nose right now.
He's getting the opposite effect where now the Jim Beam's influencing the Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
Oh, goodness. All right, 56 in chat, guys. We've got about 10 minutes left. We're going to turn off Super Chats in about 5 minutes. So make sure if you guys want to get on all of this turkey goodness and JD Coy Hill and all the other fun stuff that we're doing for tonight's giveaway, we want to share good whiskey with you guys. So make sure you guys get in on that. Jeff, you want to talk about next week and what's coming up on week 2 and who we have?
So week 2 here, and yes, Ron, we already did the week 1 Advent challenge. OH and the Vascos really put up a hurting on that week 1 sample.
Yes, they
So you'll
did.
have to go check that replay, and I'll post everything on Patreon. So next week, the party continues with the week 2 sample. And with that, we do have Chris from Bourbon of the Week is going to be our special guest. So
We will have an audio controller for him so that it slows him down so that you can understand him. If you haven't seen his videos, go watch and you'll know what I'm talking about. I have never seen a guy talk that fast. He should be a fucking auctioneer. For sure.
Yep.
It's crazy. I always think that he records his videos and then speeds them up. I'm like, how does he talk that fast?
You might have highlighted this one, Kelsey, and I was jibber jabbering, but thank you very much, Jerry. I'll get you in here. But yes, next week we do have Chris. The week after that will be Stacy over at 4 Leaf Whiskey. Now, we sent Stacy the sample. No, I haven't sent it to her yet. Oh, I got to put that together for Stacy. She sent us a box after we invited her on to go over some Irish stuff, most likely, I guess I'm assuming. But we're going to have a fun box and have a fun time with Stacy for week 3. Then week 4, we've got Trev lined up for that one.
The Bourbon Ranch.
Fun slate of people to go over these pours with us. And I definitely did not get more devilish as time goes on with these pours week after week.
Maybe you were nice this year.
Or maybe I was just nice week 1.
Very true. Very true.
We shall see. Vic said that was a good pour. No, it was a good pour. I enjoyed that.
Here's the stream chat link for that as well for tonight at Women and Whiskeys. You guys make sure to go support them and Fundraiser as well. So we want to support all of our people.
Mm-hmm.
Fundraiser for MC. They'll go over the prizes and all the giveaway stuff tonight. You know, I know, of course, Katie and Ethan, they got their $25 gift card to some amazing coffee, of course, up for grabs. And we are putting up a bottle of our backbone pick, the Sticky Icky. So with that, we'll give Super Chats just a few more minutes here. I just did a quick double check. It looks like we're doing good there. And I think I typed everyone's names correctly, but Todd will be sure to call me out. Another preview of this for the 59 people in here. But yes, our Huling Station is dropping. Okay, now I need some. Our Huling Station is dropping this Friday, starting at 5 p.m. It'll work its way up the Patreon tiers. Now, the plan is for it to go through all the tiers. Dusty will be giving a chance to his group. The Mash and Journey are going to get the links as well. They're coming out with a backbone pick this Friday. I'm going to come back to that statement in just a moment. And Drifting Drams was a part of it too, and they'll be sending it out as well. The yield on this one was around 167 bottles to set expectations. So we'll spread it around as much as we can, but just keep in mind it being across those groups. You want to get on it quick if you are interested in this bottle. Now, if it does go beyond all the Patreon tiers, when we do hit around 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll then give it to the free tier on Patreon. We'll also drop it to our private Facebook group. So once again, do encourage everybody, if you are here, follow us on Patreon. Love to have your support, but at least be there so we can communicate to you. And also get on the Facebook group. You know, I think I forgot to post the link in the descriptions, but you can search for it. Hello Again, Whiskey Friends on Facebook. It is one of our main communication tools. Love doing photo contests there as well. Just dropped one today about Thanksgiving. And that's also got a couple hundred people there. And that's another way that we can communicate out to people, things like our barrel picks when they come out. But we'll be dropping the links there first before they go public.
All right, so Big Vic has got in for 4, Jeff.
Woo!
Looks like Lake City Barbecue is in for 4, and Mark B is in for another 2. So
have we seen that name before, Lake City?
I have not seen that. Lake City.
No, we have not.
New name. So cheers and welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kelsey, why don't you do a recap of the giveaway bottles here? I will get these names in there, and I'll do another double check to make sure I got the wheel right. Everybody will be shutting this down essentially within 2 to 3 minutes once Kelsey's done with the descriptions.
All right, so we got this 1996 Wild Turkey split label. I do not remember the year that this is, but it's a French release. It's an 86.8 proof Wild Turkey, 8-year, 1994 rare breed. So we got that one, a Tyrone G Russell's pick, and then on a separate giveaway, we're doing a Coy Hill giveaway from this year. So this is not the old one. This is the newest one that just released. Jeff is going to be doing 8 different 1-ounce sample bottles of all of the Master's Keep bottles that he has for turkey. And Darrell is doing 2 single barrels and 2 Master's Keep.
Master's Keeps. Yes, buddy.
Joe, you got Joe the sample guy, right? And you got Marty back in for another one.
Ooh, Marty. All right. Cheers, buddy. And then there will be a 5th giveaway here. So we will have 5 winners. The 5th one will get the last sample I have of the Jack Daniel's single barrel we were raving about at the beginning of the show as part of this Advent Challenge. If you are in the Advent Challenge and you win this, share it with the whiskey friend.
Yes.
And I will also put in a blind flight with that one. So you'll get a couple different samples.
Those are a sample pack together. Yes.
Did we get Mark B's second one in there?
I got Mark B's second there too.
Okay.
Let me do
Thank
one
you,
more
Katie.
here.
I appreciate it.
You're going to be 44?
47.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Gave you a couple years. Or
Getting close to that 5-0, man. It's freaking me out.
47. Jesus. Damn.
Yeah. A little crazy.
Can you make sure she's not?
Yeah.
Better, please.
That's another thing. Kelsey's birthday here coming up on Saturday. So
She's in the bathroom.
we'll celebrate you next Wednesday too, Kelsey.
All good, buddy. So we got 55 in here. Also, want to plug, make sure, guys, when we finish here that you go over and help support. Jeff is in the bracket for the Blend Again tonight. So make sure you guys check the stream out and go support Jeff as he is in the mix. So
I am in the mix tonight. I can't wait to see how my sample does. Though I like my sample on the own, I'm really not sure if it holds up in a blind. I think it is one of those samples that, give or take, depending on what it's around. I don't know. I'm a little wavering in my confidence on it, but I do enjoy it quite a bit.
yeah, I'm in on the stag pick, Big Vic. At that, I'm definitely in, buddy.
All right. We are ready to shut this down. Let me remove the banner here. Thank you so much, everybody who supported tonight, getting in on this giveaway. We love you all. And this is a pretty epic giveaway. I think that is fitting for the night before Thanksgiving.
Cheers to you, Jerry, and happy birthday yesterday. So cheers to you, man.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. All right, let me share screen here. Man, I think I can do this without the computer like almost crashing too. This is great. All right, everyone can see that?
Yep.
Sir.
All right. Got all the names here. Kelsey, Darrell. How many times do I hit that randomize button?
47 for my birthday. Just so you get to click that many times. Usually I say no, but I'll give in tonight since it's towards my birthday.
47. Okay, carpal tunnel.
10-year Knob Creek ride from you right here.
All right. Well, good luck, everybody. We will do Kelsey's unbelievable sample pack first here. Good luck to everybody. Congratulations to our winner already. I'm excited. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Good luck, everybody.
Mark.
Ooh.
All right, man. We're gonna enjoy these. Make sure you drink this one first in the order because it's the lowest proof and it's very delicate, but it's got a lot of flavor. Make sure you drink this one first, and I'll label it.
So, Kelsey, just make sure I get the order here. We'll do yours, mine, Darrell's, you again, right? And then me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the next one will be my sample pack. This will feature 8 different releases of the Master's Keep. I do apologize, though. You will not be getting the 10-year rye. I did give up on this series this year due to those prices, but that doesn't take away about how many great batches there were in the past. The Decades, Revival, both 17-year releases. It's going to be a good flight for somebody.
Yeah, the funky 17 you gave us.
Dude, I like that 17.
No,
I like that.
it didn't taste like my 17.
It's like 86 proof barrel strength. Oh, it's great. That's the first one.
No, that one's really good. The 17-year bottled and bondo that you gave us.
I didn't like the BIB as much as the regular 17.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that? It was like
that bottle and bond was
wildly
divisive
different.
amongst us.
Who's this going to?
Cheers, everybody. Good luck again.
Love comings to somebody.
Oh my!
Oh,
double winner! Holy crap!
Double winner, back to back.
Wow!
Dang.
Wow! Congratulations, Doug. That's a lot of turkey you got coming your way.
Holy crap!
All right.
Congrats, buddy.
And this one's for Darrell's 2 single barrels and 2 Master Keep.
Master's
right.
Keeps. Douglas Papa.
Oh, we got our new name, Lake City Bar.
Oh, all right.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheers to you. Thank you for the support.
So
First
Lake
super
City,
chat, 1 for 1.
you got to get to me over at helloagainwhiskeyfriends@gmail.com. Get in touch, and we'll figure out how to get you your samples. All right.
Congrats. So back to Kelsey now, right? For the
Yeah.
Jack.
2 winners left here. Back to Kelsey. And Kelsey, what was the second flight?
Coy Hill.
Coy Hill.
Coy Hill. That's right. Coy Hill. Ooh, Joe.
Joe, the sample guy. Cheers to you, buddy. I'll throw in some other Jack single barrels with it, buddy.
All right. 1 left. This will be for the last 2 ounces that are remaining of the week 1 Advent pour, but I'll also throw in 3 more samples in there and give you a little blind flight in the key. Good luck, everybody. Our final winner of the night. Ooh, Chuck D.
Chuck D. All right.
All right. Congratulations, Chuck. And thank you so much to everybody that went in on the giveaway tonight. Really hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving this week.
Yep.
I can't wait for tomorrow. Don't feel like cooking everything, but I love eating.
And make sure you guys go support Blendageddon tonight after we're here. And then also after that, make sure you go over to Women Whiskeys and support them as they're doing a giveaway and fundraiser as well. So,
oh yeah, go support MC. But everyone, it is time for us to part. Tell Jason we sent you, and don't forget to mark your calendar for Friday with that Hewlett Station drop.
Absolutely.
Cheers,
Goodbye,
everybody.
buddy.